Hello YouTubers, and today I am going to be reviewing the Halloween 2 Michael Myers figure. So we'll just take a quick look at the packaging first. You can see the original poster image for Halloween 2 with the skull inside of the pumpkin, which continues on the sides of the box. And on the top we just have the Halloween 2 logo, and on the bottom we have the credits for this figure. On the back, we have some promotional images of the figure in various poses, as well as its accessories. As usual with the NECA Ultimate figures, it has a Velcro strap door where we have a nice image of the figure here. And it does show off the figure itself pretty nicely with all of its accessories. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this figure and take a proper look at it. Okay, so here he is, and as you can see, I have posed him with his kitchen knife, which actually I'll take a look at first. So if we just take that out of his hand, you can see that you've got the little ridges on the blade, but it is just a basic silver, and the handle itself is a basic brown. But it is nice that it does have the ridges thing, so maybe you could cut something with this eventually. I don't know, it's probably just as effective as kids' safety scissors, to be honest. Anyway, taking a look at the Michael himself, we'll start with the standard head, as we'll call it. And yeah, this is based obviously on the same mask that was used in the first film, but this time obviously it's got a slightly more weathered effect. The mask is a lot dirtier in this film than it was in the first film. It's got slightly, I don't know, see a sun-bleached tone to it. It's got a nice wash of sort of a pink-ish hue to it, as well as a sort of a yellowy hue. And also, it's pretty obvious that it doesn't really fit the actor as well as it did in the first film, which is nice that they have captured that, the mask being a lot tighter. The hair itself is also a little bit scraggier and also gets lighter towards the ends of it and more darker, more straight on the top. And also you can even see the, again, Michael's sort of jowling his neck there with a few wrinkles, which is a little nice. The body itself is your typical sort of boiler suit. Same again, we have the bullet holes, the bullet wounds that were obtained to him in the first film by Dr. Loomis. His hands, again, are very veiny, very dirty. Not as dirty as later releases, such as the 2018 one. The trousers, or the jeans, or whatever you want to call them, the legs, to be honest, they look exactly the same as other Michael Myers figures. Not really much to say at all with them. They're actually remarkably clean compared to other releases, and the shoes are just a basic sort of jet matte black. But overall, the detail, to be honest, it's very similar to other Michael Myers figures, but that isn't a bad thing, since it is excellent as usual, and the articulation for this figure is again the same as usual. We have articulation on a ball-jointed head. We have pivots at the arms, which are ball-jointed. The arms are also double-jointed, so he can put his hand up to his face, and the hands are also on a peg ball joint as well. The arms can also swivel. We have a slight ab crunch, which is slightly hindered by the material itself. And the legs, these are stiff, are again on a ball joint, so you can put them into various poses. And at the knees at the back, they are not double jointed, they are single jointed. However, they do have a swivel joint, and we also have a slight swivel ball joint at the ankles itself. So again, this figure, it's mainly the head more than anything else, and the bullet holes. The rest of the figure is kind of like your standard Michael Myers, but nevertheless it is extremely accurate to what appears on screen, so I can't really complain in that regard. By the way, let's take a look at the accessories, shall we? So if we first take a look at weapons, I've already shown off the knife. The hammer is got a very light sort of wood effect, but you can see the little lines going down there. That is just paint. It's not part of the actual sculpt itself. Again, it's pretty basic, but again, it's a hammer. And I do like the sort of slight wash that they put over the top to make it, look like a hammer made of actual metal. So again, a basic accessory, but nevertheless, it's a nice one, and it is what he uses in the film. We also have a syringe, although to be honest, this looks a bit more like a dental apparatus for getting rid of plaque from teeth. I think, actually, is that what it is?
It's a scalpel.
It's a scalpel. I thought, okay. But you can see the little detail of the little ridges here, and they've even given it a dark sort of wash over the top to bring out those details even more. But it is nice for such a little tiny accessory that they have gone to the extra efforts. NECA always do this with their accessories, and we have to have a needle. And actually, this thing is pretty sharp. It is pretty pointy. Again, despite its size, how teeny tiny it is, there is a lot of detail. You've got the little line indicators there for how much fluid that there would be in it. And the needle itself is actually pretty sharp and pretty pointy, and is even pointy at the correct angle. It's kind of a sloped angle rather than just being a direct point, just like an actual needle would be. So well done to them to getting that particular detail on that. Alright, it wouldn't be a Michael Myers figure without it. Here we have the pumpkin. And this pumpkin is a lot darker than previous ones, but it really does make the eyes, nose, and mouth cutouts look so much more vibrant, and they do have little texturing details on there to make it look, like an actual pumpkin. We've also got a dark... It's basically been moulded in a orange plastic and then given an orange coat of paint over the top, and then a dirty wash over that. Now, you can see a hinge in the back, and a sort of crack in the front, because you can do the iconic thing of... And there it is, there is the skull. Now, wasn't the actual skull actually orange, or was that just the lighting? Do you actually know? Because, Nathan, because I can't... I'm only going from what I can see on the box, but you can see all the details and that on the inside as well, which have been given a nice wash. But the skull itself is nice, and it is, you can slightly move it as well. But the fact that they've went to the detail of this, I would actually pose it with it just sort of popping out like that, rather than all the way. But the fact that they've gone to this effort, because, they've had light up pumpkins in the past, and the fact that they've done this one where it cracks open to reveal the skull, very, very nice. Michael obviously comes with 2 extra heads. One of them is practically the same as the other. You've just got blood coming out of his eyes that look like his eyes are being shot. Other than that, the head is pretty much the same. We also have the fake sort of Michael mask in this for the impersonator, where he obviously is blonde hair rather than the traditional brown. And the mask, as a result, is also clean. And it looks a little bit saggy, a bit droutlier than the others, but again, a really nice accessory to have, which you can place on the actual figure itself. I'm not going to, because it's a little bit of a nightmare. You can even see the actual eyes perfectly inside in this figure. And he also comes with various hangers to hold the various accessories. Also, I do like they've put panels in this time, rather than just sellotaping them down, which means you don't have to take the any sellotape off, and you can just have them held in like this. It's a much nicer way of doing it. So, overall, what do I think of this figure? Well, again, it's another NECA Ultimate figure, so I do love it. And I do like the accessories in this one. Whether it's the best Michael to go for, I would say, if you can, I would go for the 2018 Michael, just because I just prefer that one. I prefer its accessories and the overall look of it. But it just depends, which Michael is your favourite. If Halloween 2 is your favourite Halloween, and this is your favourite Michael, his favourite look for him, then obviously go for this version. But if you're only going to get one, then I'd recommend the Halloween 2018, or even the original Michael if you can still find him. But anyway, that's it for this review, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!